Hello everyone, this is Yordan. Now let's start from the bottom, BTC USD. So on Bitcoin we had a profitable trade in the beginning of the week, and this is where the magic happened. That's the 15-minute chart, very strong level reached, false break formed, divergence number 1, divergence number 2 right here, and then we get a breakout. This is where the attack on Bitcoin started. Both targets collected, second target at the top, and we are looking at possible triple cycle. Of course, I'm not going to go into details here. This is a different subject. Bottom line, we managed to catch the profits. And if we go natural gas BTC, if we go to this specific setup, this is what we have on the higher time frame. So we get the delta pattern first of all, and second of all, so basically this is where the execution happened. Look what we do have. We have a trend line, we have something that starts to remind a range or triangle, doesn't really matter. We are at the bottom of this corrective pattern. Here it broke, of course, invalidation of this idea, but when we were here, we were at the bottom. There is nothing against us. On the lower time frame, we're finding the divergence, the breakout, and we're attacking. So that spike here on the 4-hour chart, this small move, provided us with the profits. And this is all we need. We don't need anything else, right? From that point on, it could happen and develop as it wish. Doesn't really matter, as we made our money. Next one is also a crypto, and here we had a similar situation. So divergence, double bottom, breakout, holding that zone and creating and forming some sort of range, and that entry was executed right here when we broke based on this divergence and that breakout. So slightly below that range, inside the small range we have another one. And the idea here is that we just take a bit better risk reward ratio. Okay, we save this amount of money, pips, sorry, not money. So that was the entry here. We also got the push up, making the profits. But now let's go back and see what happened and where it happened. Push down. This is where the execution happened basically. So what do we have? We have a trend line first of all, and second of all, because there is no confirmation of the divergence, we're looking for a very strong level. The ideal way is to have hidden divergence supporting you. In this case we don't, but what we do have is strong bullish momentum, trend line, and look at all these levels. This is the most important part here. Focus on this part on the chart, guys, plus this spike, of course. Look how many times the price push, spike, spike. It's not able to close above or below. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, inside this level right here. Strong level. So once the price managed to push, and then we started going lower, trend line is holding, we are inside this fantastic supportive zone. Why not give it a shot to attack for the buys? We know that the least we should be looking for is somewhere around this level, and then the trend line coming from this highs, which is right here, which was also reached. So this is where the BCH entry formed and collected the money. Basically clear setups. Pound cut, bullish idea based on the 1-hour chart, and that one was kind of cool because we got the 2 waves down, breakout, divergence, and we're looking for buys. Yes, this trade failed almost, well, not almost immediately. It pushed a bit lower and then it took some time to develop, but it pushed lower and it closed. Now let's go ahead and see on this chart, guys, this one, pound cut, what happened there. So first of all, we have a trend line. Okay, this is the trend line from the 4-hour chart, and let's use the actual lines. Tiny level here, then we go a bit higher to the previous one right there, which is fitting precisely the 100%. This is also the place where hidden divergence managed to form on the 1 hour chart. Okay, besides the daily setup, of course, which is the delta pattern. So 4 hour chart confirming the idea, which is we're dealing with delta pattern. Okay, 1 hour chart entry, and we also have 4 hour chart confirmation in between. So that being said, hidden divergence and levels, we have divergence exactly the 100% plus this level that we saw here, this line, plus another line that gives us a triple level. This is of course perfect time to attack with divergences, but with delta we are looking for breakouts, and this is where the breakout happened. Attempt to go higher, which failed, and then boom. So this is the idea behind pound cat. Next on the list is Euro Aussie, very sweet sell. This is the 15-minute chart, classical beautiful waves. Divergence is happening everywhere, breakout below, we are in a bearish trend already, and pretty quickly we're collecting the two targets. On the higher time frames, let's see what happened. First of all, the delta pattern, no divergences against, no nothing, so we don't require, of course if we have hidden divergence, perfect, it's an extra confirmation. But in that case, we don't really require it. Next, levels. Look left, guys, and see this beautiful resistance zone. Look at it. Absolutely fantastic. Okay? Euro Aussie is one of the pairs where you can very easily and clearly see this, not locations, but how should we call it? Zones, areas of strong supply demand support resistance, right? And this is exactly what we got. Bearish delta pattern, breakout of this level, pull back to retest that broken zone, broken level, trend line on the way, horizontal level on the way, and then on the 15-minute chart we're looking to attack. Of course it makes sense. And we don't really care if the move is going to continue 1000 pips up or down afterwards, because we're squeezing and getting the entry at the very best optimal place, and that's why we're able to extract the pips. Okay, so again, wrong one. Euro Aussie, fantastic trade. I think that was one of the best setups we got here. Natural gas was of course a bit aggressive, and when you're aggressive, most of the times you pay for it. As you can see here, we got the stop loss, but the idea here is also simple. This is on the 15-minute chart where we got the first divergence, then double bottom kind of divergence, and breakout. Okay, so very similar situation with the second setup we showed, but this time we couldn't break here above. Instead, the second divergence provided this entry level right there. So that's about the entry. Let's just check out natural gas, the higher time frame. I mean, on the higher time frame, we know that we broke the zone, and that's why we said it's a bit more aggressive, because we never tested that level or closed the gap. This is where the entry happened. No divergences against, no nothing. Hidden divergence started forming, and that's why attacking here aggressively made sense, because it was already in a place where it was acceptable to be traded. Okay, so that's why first attempt here. Now we're coming closer to this very good level. This is also, by the way, if you go to the daily chart, this is the place. All right, So we want to see what will happen from that zone. Of course, we're going to apply Fibonacci, and we can see that the 100% was not yet tested. We can also see that there is divergence on the way. So what we can expect now is pullbacks. Those pullbacks, this is the first zone wherever we are sitting at the moment, 273. Then we have a trend line which could be tested as well. And of course, don't forget to draw your levels on the way as the price is developing. So whichever level is the closest one currently to the market price, to the current market price, you use it, guys. Okay, we have a few levels here, but this is kind of far away from this trend line. So those levels not ideal. We can of course use them, but with extra confirmation. Next thing is, as long as we're under bearish pressure from the daily chart, this 4-hour chart setup remains aggressive, guys. Okay, once we see hidden divergences forming here, or this divergence being broken, only then the 4-hour chart will become conservative, because otherwise we are going against the higher time frame divergence, which is usually painful for the trader. So that would be all. If you have any questions, please leave your comments below. Quick reminder, you can get the FX Delta software with cryptos direct payment. You can use the broker sponsorship program, which is allowing you to get the software for free, and instead of paying for the software, you can use the money to trade. So also very important, guys, don't forget to join our free Telegram group. Me and Vladimir are posting there on daily basis educational materials and trading setups. So make sure to join that group and follow up with the new ideas. That would be all. Wishing you a fantastic week ahead, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye for now.